Shabbat Shalom. It's no coincidence that we read this Parshat Bemidbar, right before Shavuot. And before we get into the whys and whatnots of that issue, I want to take a moment to plug our Tikkun Leil Shavuot, our Shavuot program, which there's actually a bunch of parts to it, but we'll be kicking it off tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. We'll have a speedy, zippy Mariv, and then we will get right into a series of study sessions. You can take a look if you want to know what is going on. There's a schedule on the door, and it's going to be an amazing evening. We have some really, really incredible teachers. Some of them are in this room right now. I see Una over there, and Daniel is somewhere because he just read Haftarah, and Jennifer's here, and I think there's like many other people who are here and also not here, who are going to be our incredible teachers for that evening. And so please join us if you can. We're going to go until 2 a.m., maybe longer, and then we'll be back at 9 a.m. for our festival service on Monday morning, and we will also have another festival service for Shavuot on Tuesday. If you get to come on Tuesday, you will hear Dr. Jack Sasson chant some of the Book of Ruth, and you also have Yisker on Tuesday. So stay tuned for all of those Shavuot festivities. But back to the Bemidbar, the wilderness. Bemidbar wilderness is a necessary ingredient to the process of receiving Torah. So what is it about the wilderness? It's empty, it's pure, it's wild, in contrast to Egypt, which was filled, we know, with the architectural feats that were built by human hands. But Bemidbar, the wilderness, is both dangerous and liberating. What is it about being in the wilderness that makes us particularly receptive to receiving Torah? The sages felt that the Torah was given in the wilderness because the wilderness, they said, is hefker, it's ownerless. So it belongs to no one. Torah, it follows, is also ownerless, free and available to everyone. Midrash Rabbah, our Bemidbar Rabbah, our Midrash, says that anyone who does not make themselves hefker or ownerless, like the wilderness, cannot acquire the wisdom of the Torah. So the wilderness has this sense of emptiness and purity about it that allows for possibilities. The rabbis of the Talmud said, once a person renders himself like a wilderness, deserted before all, that is when the Torah is given to him as a gift. When we clear away all the debris, that's the moment where we're able to observe with clarity, without all the stuff that gets in our way and obscures our true perception of things. So it's when, as the rabbis said, we feel most deserted, most empty. That's when we're open to receiving, to really seeing and accepting the truth. Or another way of saying that is the Torah that is before us. Rabbi Menachem Mendel of Bitst, I'm not sure I'm saying that right, he's an 18th century Hasidic rabbi, emphasized that humility is a key feature to making oneself hefker, or ownerless. He said, the Torah only stands firm in one who makes himself like a midbar hefker before those who are either poor of mind or rich of mind, and he doesn't think of himself as better than his friend. On the contrary, he should be completely nullified before his friend, and it's as though they become united and bound up with each other. Making ourselves hefker and making ourselves hefker is equal part of the process of becoming humble, of right-sizing ourselves, which is a key ingredient to being receptive to Torah. The Kotzker Rebbe, Rabbi Menachem Mendel of Kotsk, a 19th century Hasidic master, emphasized a different aspect of being ownerless. He said that when we are hefker, we become self-reliant. He said, like a wilderness means that you have not yet been touched by human hands, you've not been cultivated or planted, you must come to rely on your own strength. Perhaps it is this self-reliance that builds a sense of assuredness, a sense of really knowing and accepting who we are that allows us to receive exactly the Torah that we need. This dovetails with another way of understanding the relationship between revelation and the wilderness setting. Perhaps we are more receptive to Torah in the wilderness because in the wilderness we are more keenly our authentic selves. How so? Kedushay Harem, the altar of Ger, the founder of the Hasidic Ger dynasty, found expression for this idea in our Parsha in Bemidbar, Numbers, chapter 1, verse 52, where we read, V'hanu b'nei Yisrael ish al machanehu, v'ish al diglo v'tzivo tam. The Israelites shall encamp troop by troop, each person with his division, and each under his, this word is degel, could be flag or standard or banner. So each was standing under his own banner. The altar of Ger understood this to offer an important spiritual insight. Each person must stand in his or her proper place. If we try to be someone or something other than ourselves, the Torah will just elude us. We will miss the truth. The process of receiving Torah rests on authenticity and self-insight. In order for each of us to receive the guidance that the Torah has for us, we have to first and foremost claim our place, be unapologetically ourselves. Paradoxically, as soon as we accept ourselves, we are able to grow and change, to receive new knowledge and to allow this knowledge to shape us. As soon as we know who we are, we're ready to accept the knowledge of Torah, which will inevitably provide us with what we need in order to grow into an even more greater and authentic expression of ourselves. Rabbi Shefa Gold says, in the wilderness, we are stripped of all disguises. We are challenged to let go of everything. All that baggage, that's a very familiar, therapeutic term from, our century, but it has a real resonance in this situation. All the baggage we carry around, it obscures the truth of who we are. It obscures our ability sometimes to perceive the world as it really is. So, in our Parsha, we prepare to stand at the foot of the mountain tomorrow evening, and two spiritual premises arise. Number one, we must make ourselves hefker, ownerless, like the wilderness, in order to receive Torah. And number two, we must stand, each of us, under our own banner, be ourselves, in order to receive Torah. Preparing for revelation is a process of simultaneously being rooted in who we are and being open to possibilities for transformation. May we, in the days that follow, merit to feel a sense of rootedness and openness as we approach Sinai and allow those echoes of revelation to reverberate through us. Shabbat Shalom.